Hey everyone, John from Nintendo Life here, and out of the blue, Nintendo just uploaded a Nintendo Direct Mini partner showcase. Now admittedly, I think they've really salvaged the partner brand. The first one, let's not mince words, it was a dud, but the ones following that have all had some kind of flagship game holding them up. One's had Shin Megami Tensei 5, one had Monster Hunter Rise, one had the best one, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, and this one, I think, was definitely good, but I don't know if it had that flagship game that really grabbed my interest. A lot of what we saw here were surprising ports and games that we already knew about, but it was also cool seeing some games that we'd not seen on Switch for the first time running on Switch hardware. Some running on Switch hardware in a very roundabout way. But I think all in all, this was a very strong presentation. And they specified this is the last partner direct of the year. And I think setting expectations like that is a great thing. People run rampant if they think that there's a direct coming every month, and I think it's great to communicate that that's not going to be the case. That way our expectations aren't going to be too high. But my expectations for next year are already pretty high. 2021 sounds like an absolute banger, and this just kind of solidified that. So let's just start off with a couple of these games. They started off by showing Bravely Default 2, and I was wondering whether this was somehow going to make it to 2020, but I think they made the right decision by putting it into 2021. Up until now, it was scheduled for this year, but the demo that I played at the start of the year, while fun, while it definitely looked good and sounded good, it kind of lacked that quality that I expected from the first two games. And I think just delaying it into 2021 is a great move. And they're also doing something they did very similarly with Octopath Traveler, where they're taking feedback from the demo and applying it to the final game. And I think that's such a clever thing to do. Take feedback from the community, let them figure out what's wrong and how to improve it. So the final game's going to be less difficult and also control better. So I'm really excited to see how that comes to be. To be honest, I kind of don't want to see more of this game. I think this is the kind of game I want to sort of jump in blind. And I was watching the trailer, but I wasn't paying too close attention to story beats. But it does seem like the actual charm of the game itself is in full force. The towns in particular, they looked amazing on 3DS, but seeing them in HD, it's stunning. So there's no way that this isn't going to please on at least a visual and audio level. We'll see if they salvage the gameplay, because I think there were some rough points in the demo, but I have a lot of promise for this one. I wonder if they're going to announce ports of 1 and 2. The art style was so strong. Oh wait, this is the first game! They are doing remasters! Yes! Just the first one, but still, that's something. Oh, and 2! And 2, yes! No More Heroes 1 and 2 are coming to Switch today! There are a bunch of shadow drops in this direct, and honestly, finding the time to play any of these, that's the real problem here. But I'm so excited for this. I've wanted these to come to Switch ever since the third game was announced. They are such special and distinct games that a generation of players haven't played. So if you've not played No More Heroes 1 or 2, please give them a go. No More Heroes 3 looks great too, that's our very first time actually seeing proper gameplay of that, and it looks very promising. But it's coming next year. 1 and 2, right now, are very tangible. So if you've not played them, please give them a go. But yeah, to gush on No More Heroes 3 as well, it looks exactly like what I want it to look like. The art style and gameplay don't seem too distant from the originals, but that's kind of a good thing in my eyes. It's like returning home to this comfortable fireplace after all these years, and I can't wait to give it a go. And it definitely shines from being a more powerful hardware. Like you can see how chaotic some of these scenes look, and I cannot wait. I've watched the story trailer from back at the Game Awards like 20 times now. The story looks insane. I can't wait for the return of Travis, so please give the originals a go if you've never played them before, and if you have played them before, give them another go. But No More Heroes 3 coming next year, along with Bravely Default 2. But let's get something a bit more, I don't know if tangible is the right word, but imminent. Hitman 3 Cloud version. So, I didn't see this one coming. Hitman 3 is coming to Nintendo Switch, and I was watching the footage of this, and I was saying to myself, like, this doesn't look like a Switch game. I'd be very impressed if this is Switch gameplay, but I don't think so. And yeah, that's because it's not a Switch game. And then a few moments later, it's something. Control? Is this a cloud version too? Hitman 3 and Control are coming to Switch via the cloud. I'm in two minds about this. First and foremost, I actually am a bit of a cloud gamer. I play with Game Pass on my Android quite often. But with the Switch, I think the versatility of the platform is kind of its strength. And when you're just primarily stuck to an internet connection, that does kind of diminish the value of what the Switch can do. But on the other hand, if the game's going to come in any capacity, that's better than it not coming at all. So, I mean, this could be a viable way to play those games. We'll see just how they perform, but Controller's out today, so I'll be trying that in a little bit. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to try these out. It's not quite the capacity I wanted them in, but they're here all the same. So if you've never played these games before, well, now you have a way to do so. So this might be a trend from now on, who really knows? We've had Resident Evil 7 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or Origins, in Japan, but this is our first time having them in the West, so yeah, it's just a very strange move, and I'm just kind of looking forward to giving them a go myself. We saw Tropico 6 running on Nintendo Switch, and not to be mean, but it doesn't look very good. I'm sure it's still going to play fine, but graphically speaking, boy, that took a hit more than any game in this presentation. Like, Immortals Phoenix Rising we saw as well, which Xion's actually previewed the PC version, and he sounds very enthused about it. And running on the Switch, it seems fine. Like, yeah, there are some compromises here and there. It's a bit fuzzy in certain aspects, but the art style holds up really strong. So I think that's going to be a great little Switch port, and it's great seeing it running for what I think is the first time. And then Nintendo came in and said, hey, great partner showcase. Here's some games that we're kind of involved with. It's like HAL Laboratories are giving us a UFO job game, which actually looks really cozy. I love when Nintendo kind of give us these smaller sort of indie tier games, and this one just looks so warm and comfortable, and I can't wait to give it a go. Looks like a great co-op game too. It's kind of like a balancing game, almost like World of Goo in some aspects, but the actual art style and vibe seem totally different, so I can't wait to give this one a go. And then they showed us Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and I was kind of like this the entire time. I don't want to see any more of this game. They keep releasing trailer after trailer. For me, Breath of the Wild was a very special experience because it was so personal, and I want that feeling again. I realize this isn't going to be the same open-ended game, but I still want to have those moments myself, those discoveries. And they were showing the Divine Beasts in action! I don't want to see that! No! But they also are releasing a demo, which is coming today. In fact, it's available right now. You can play the demo right now, and your save data transfers over to the main game. So there's no risk of spoilers there or overstaying your welcome. You can dive right into that and have a good time. So all in all, this was a really strong partner showcase. Some really big games in there. I don't think there were that many announcements though, is the thing. Like, we knew about No More Heroes, we knew about Age of Calamity, we knew about Bravely Default 2. They're just kind of iterating upon what we already know about, and giving us a few little third-party surprises in the way of cloud versions. But yeah, this was still a pretty good showcase. Definitely not their best, but also far from their worst. So let us know what you guys think about the partner showcase down below, and also go ahead and be a partner with that subscribe button. Just partner it up, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye everyone!